Hello, it's Ken. Thank you for watching. We're in 1 Timothy chapter 4 and verse 1. Now the Spirit speaketh expressly that in the latter time some shall depart from the faith, giving heed to seducing spirits and doctrines of devils, speaking lies and hypocrisy, having their conscience seared with the hot iron. The idea is they're double-minded. They're saying one thing and doing totally different than what they're saying. And it said in the context here, their conscience is seared with a hot iron. The conscience is in the heart. The Bible says in Romans chapter 2, verse 15, it says, which show the work of the law written in their hearts, their conscience also bearing witness, and their thoughts the meanwhile accusing or else excusing one another. And the conscience lies in the heart. And you have the Ten Commandments in the heart. And your heart is either accusing you or excusing you. If you're thinking to do something wrong, then the heart will accuse you. But if you do not do that, then it will excuse you. And so basically in the heart, they're being accused. They're being accused of basically lying. And they're going against their own conscience in their heart. So they're having their conscience seared with the hot iron. Now the iron, for the iron, please come to Deuteronomy chapter 4 and verse 20. It says, but the Lord had taken you and brought you forth out of the iron furnace, even out of Egypt, to be unto him a people of inheritance as you are this day. Egypt is likened to an iron furnace. And Egypt is also a type of the world system. And as Egypt being a type of the world system, they want you idle. The Bible says in Isaiah chapter 30 verse 7, it says, for the Egyptians shall help in vain, and to no purpose. Therefore have I cried concerning this, their strength is to sit still. One of the basic problems with Sodom and Gomorrah were they were idle and had an abundance of bread. They were just idle, they wouldn't do anything, they were sitting still. And the strength of Egypt is to sit still. Now, to combat Egypt, you have to get busy spiritually. The Bible says in Galatians 5 verse 16, it says, this I say then, walk in the Spirit, and you shall not fulfill the lusts of the flesh. And the strength of Egypt is to sit still, so we have to get busy. As saints, we have to get busy to fight off Egypt. Walk in the Spirit, and you shall not fulfill the lusts of the flesh. And the Bible also says in James chapter 4, it says, ye adulterers and adulteresses, know you not that the friendship of the world is enmity with God? Whosoever therefore will be a friend of the world is the enemy of God. And the process of enmity is basically to become an enemy of God. And so the world system, the strength of Egypt is to sit still. And they will influence you by sitting still, and you're going with your flesh, and the next thing you know, you're violating the conscience in your heart. So we want to encourage you to get busy spiritually. The Bible says, walk in the Spirit, and you shall not fulfill the lust of the flesh. You have two natures. You have a spiritual nature and a flesh nature. And which nature you feed will be the strongest nature. And if you get busy spiritually, you're feeding the spiritual nature by walking in the Spirit. The Bible says in 1 Corinthians chapter 1 and verse 18, it says, for the preaching of the cross is to them which perish foolishness, but unto us which are saved, it is the power of God. And we get strength, we get power from God by walking in the Spirit. We preach the cross to those that are lost out there to get them saved, but we also preach the cross to ourselves because we have to carry our cross. Jesus said, if any man be my disciple, let him deny himself, take up his cross, and follow him. Okay? So we have to get busy spiritually. We have to move against our flesh, stay busy spiritually. The strength of Egypt is to sit still. If you do not stay busy spiritually, then you will end up allowing Egypt to help you to go against your own conscience. So it says, speaking lies and hypocrisy, 1 Timothy 4:2, having their conscience seared with the hot iron. The searing process is coming from the iron furnace, which is Egypt. That's where that's coming from. And to neutralize that, you have to stay busy spiritually. You've got to get busy. Get busy spiritually. Walk in the Spirit, and you shall not fulfill the lust of the flesh. That's how you get your victory as a saint. You cannot be idle. We are created unto good works. Good works doesn't save us, but we're created unto good works. And so the Lord wants us to get busy spiritually. And that's how you combat that. Well, hope this has been a blessing to you. Thank you very much for watching.